Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show, everyone. Here on WUAT Radio, you're listening to us, and you're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV. And check us out on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Get on there and subscribe. We still want you to subscribe. We have passed that magic number, but now we want to make it 2,000. Why not?
Come on.
If you're going to set goals, set big goals, right?
Do you think we'll achieve that label?
I wouldn't be surprised. We've achieved a lot.
Go for it.
More than what I ever dreamed, you know. Yeah. We want to get 2,000 subscribers now, folks. So get on there and subscribe. You can see every BTC Fiber original programming on there. All the shows are on there. You can see all the Albert Billy episodes on there.
How many have we had?
I think this is 230. I believe this is episode 234.
So that's 234 weeks.
Yeah, in episodes. Yeah.
That's over 4 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes.
Wow.
I
was a young man when we started.
Yeah. Our 200th episode did really well, and I watched it again the other night.
Really?
Yeah, that was a really good episode. We had a good time, and it's still climbing. It's crazy how well that one done. I think it's close to 230,000 views. I do know that. I don't know the exact number.
Why would anybody want to watch something that old?
I don't know. I think what happens is it'll suggest it to you when they hit a certain number. That's what I was told anyway. I really don't know how it works, but you know, YouTube will suggest shows to people when you get more and more views. So I'm assuming that's why. I really don't know. And there's our producer Brody. Putting him on the spot. Actually, Papa did. I wasn't gonna say a word.
Well, he told me he needed to leave.
Yeah, he's coming back, but yeah, you're right. But anyway, we will get to the announcements now, Papa.
We have got several to do today, and each one, on its own merits, is important to the people involved.
That's right. And first off, I wish a happy birthday to the following people. Now, this is birthdays for this past week. Some are today. I'll go ahead and mention today's. Happy birthday today, the 16th, to Bobby Lucas. And also happy birthday to Pamela Holland. Happy birthday, Bobby and Pamela. Hope y'all are having a great birthday. Adrian Hankins had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Adrian.
How old is Adrian right now?
I'm going to maybe 30, maybe.
He's younger than you.
He's Caleb's age. I think they graduated together. Caleb. And then on the 13th was Donnie McMillan's birthday. So happy birthday, Donnie.
He's my
old friend of mine. Yeah. Me and Donnie, well, we've been friends forever, and we lifeguarded together. Had some good times out at Fall Creek Falls.
Okay.
Let's see here. So anyway, happy birthday to Donnie, Adrian, Bobby, and Pamela. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. If I did, I didn't mean to. Alright, let's see what we got going on here, Papa. Looks like quite a bit. Thursday, September 22nd, so it'll be next Thursday. It's the 68th annual meeting of BTC Fiber. Speaking of BTC Fiber, this is a big deal every year.
Yeah, but it's very different this year.
Oh, okay.
You're going to read some things that will not set well with people.
Yeah.
No door prizes.
Oh,
no food.
Again. Oh, really? Yeah, that's
too big. Is it draws people?
I know. That's sad. But
this COVID thing's it's not gone away.
Well, it won't go away completely. You got to remember, folks, this was a man-made disease. This is not no accident, and that's why I keep I have no use for the people involved. You got to be a monster to do that.
I went yesterday to get my blood work done. They said you must have a mask on.
See that I just don't. I don't know. To
So
me,
I
that's
did
like.
not have one. They said, "Well, we'll supply you with one."
Well, yeah, they'd have to do that for me too, because I'm not going to wear a mask everywhere. Those days are over. Good luck getting the country to do that again, because it ain't going to work. People are tired of that. It would be different if they were effective and they worked, but they don't. They don't keep you from getting it. There's only one mask that really would prevent you from getting it, and it's an enormous mask that nobody could wear, really.
It's not got just one layer.
No, it's huge, but it's the only one that would really work, though. It's sad, you have people that were going by the guidelines and they end up dying of pneumonia because they weren't cleaning their mask.
They asked me if I had been vaccinated in the last week. No, asked me if I had had the test in the last week.
Oh, okay.
I said, well, no, I've had it twice. I'm not going to have another test.
I know. It sounds like everybody's freaking out again or something. That's the last thing we need to do is panic.
I'm not panicked.
I'm not either. I've had it. I'm not going to live in fear. That's for sure.
But I did put the mask on because you told me to.
Yeah, I get that. But I do hate to see people still having to go by guidelines like that. I really do, because some of it's unnecessary. All right, but anyway, this announcement is the purpose of the meeting is to elect 2 directors in accordance with Article, Roman numerals. What's that one?
Roman 4, Article 4.
Okay, Article 4, Section 2 of the bylaws of this cooperative, to receive reports and transact such other business that might come before the meeting. I know, man, this is a mouthful, Papa.
Yes, it is.
The nominees listed below on here are shown in accordance with Article 4, Section 4, and Article 4, Section 2 of the bylaws of this cooperative. Oh, wow. It's Richard Smith running unopposed, and James Condra is also running unopposed. He's from
Condra is from Sequatchie County.
It says Whitwell.
Oh, okay. There's one locally. There's one locally, and then there's one on the southern part of it.
Oh, there is. Marion County must get some of it then.
I did not realize that.
I didn't either. But if he's from Whitwell,
I thought there were just 2, and maybe he's on officially from the Dunlap.
Yeah, that could be the address.
But his mailing address is Whitwell.
That could be it. You're right. That could be it. But they just want people. Let's see. The attendance is limited to the first 50 members only.
That's going to be a big cut.
Yeah.
I'd say in its heyday, there would be 200 people there.
Yeah.
And there would be entertainment. George Reed's wife, Treva, has sung many, many times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just...
Crazy. I remember that one song she sang.
Yeah, she was a great singer.
She was.
Also, but anyway, this event, but I mean, it's only 50 members, so the public can't come, right? There's no lunch or nothing to be awarded, so, but it's going to be on September 22nd at 10 o'clock a.m. next Thursday. And
next Thursday.
Citizens Tri-County Bank, well, this is in October, but we'll go ahead and start telling you guys about it. It'll be their 50th golden anniversary celebration, Citizens Tri-County Bank, on October the 8th. 10 a.m., well, it just says 10 a.m. celebration remarks, whatever that is. 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. is festivities. Okay. And this will be at the downtown Dunlap office. Mm-hmm. Food trucks serving on site, barbecue, Philly cheesesteak, tacos, kettle corn. Cookie Jar Cafe, I guess I'm assuming, is providing the dessert. It says Cookie Jar Dessert, and it says meal provided by Citizens Tri-County Bank, so I don't know. Door prizes will be available. Come celebrate with us. We'll keep reminding you folks, so that's still a little bit down the road. October the 8th, 50th anniversary, golden anniversary. Let's Let's see. This is a big one, but it's going to be. This is Friday, September 23rd, so a week from today. It'll be the 6th annual Dentistry from the Heart that Dr. Lee and Pikeville Family Dentistry puts on each year.
Yeah, but it's going to be enlarged this year.
Oh, okay. His staff and colleagues have provided a day of free dental services to those who cannot afford it otherwise, known as Dentistry from the Heart. This year, even more of his friends and area health-related agencies and businesses have joined in, expanding with the Community Health Expo. New this year are eye exams by Eye Centers of Tennessee and Skin Cancer and Cosmetic Dermatology Center. That's good. On Friday, September 23rd, like I said, from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. on Main Street right here in downtown Pikeville, many different health agencies are offering free health services on a first-come, first-served basis. Services being offered include free dental fillings, extractions, cleaning by Pikeville Family Dentistry and Crystal Dental Services, free eye exams and vision services by Eye Centers of Tennessee, free skin cancer screening and minor dermatology surgery by Skin Cancer and Cosmetic Dermatology Center. Boy, I think I've got the hard announcements. You got the easy ones.
I didn't read it over.
Free lung cancer screening by Memorial Breathe Easy Lung Coach. Free health counseling by the Tennessee Department of Health and Bledsoe County Health Council. Whew, this is a mouthful. Let's see. I'm going to say a mammogram services by Memorial Mobile Something Coach. Good Lord, all the big words. For more information, call. I definitely got the hard ones. For more info, folks, call 447-2421. That's 447-2421.
But that just started out as an opportunity for people that needed their teeth cleaned or extractions or fillings.
I remember the first one. It was crazy how many people was over there.
People were lined up for a long distance.
Overnight.
And so that's how he got that started. Now just think of how many people have joined the bandwagon to offer their free services because you've got a captive audience. People are already in line to see the dentist.
Yeah,
so now they get to go to all these. They don't have to go. They can go to have their eyes checked if they want to, and they don't have to.
Right, yeah.
But they're going to be there.
Might as well take advantage of it, and people will. There'll be a big crowd there.
I would say that people will take advantage.
They will, absolutely. It'll be there'll be a big crowd.
Because
here downtown a week from today.
There's something innate within us that we want something that's free.
Right, because we don't get a lot of that. I guess that's why. And one more announcement. Bud George, this is going to be my last one. Good Lord. Let's see.
No, you're not through yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Two more. Man, Papa. Yours better be kind of hard, I tell you. Sherry's Charity Ride and Breakfast. They've been doing this for a few years now, Papa. It's going to be on September the 24th, so that'll be next Saturday, I do believe.
Next Saturday.
It's an annual event. It's to support the Bledsoe County Cancer Care Team. The event will be held at the Bledsoe County Fairgrounds next Saturday, September 24th, from 7 to 9:30 a.m. It's $10 a plate. Breakfast will be served to everyone. You do not have to participate in the ride to come enjoy the breakfast. Well, that's good. People know.
Yeah.
Those joining the wagon train can make their donation as they enter the gate. All donations stay in Bledsoe County to help local residents with cancer. The ride will leave from the fairgrounds at 10 a.m. and travel south to Lee Station to the river at Cagle's Farm, then to Wesley's Chapel, then back to the fairgrounds. That's a good ride, folks. Camping at the fairgrounds will be available Friday evening. That's cool. If you plan to camp, please call Will Holt at 423-667-3289. That's 423-667-3289 for more information. If you're not able to attend but would like to make a donation, they can be left at Citizens Tri-County Bank. It says motorists are urged to use caution when approaching or passing the wagon train. Big event. And
so they're going to be on the highway from here
for
to
a
the
little.
station.
Yeah, for a little bit at least, part of the ride.
Yeah.
And that's a good distance too. That'll be a good ride.
From here to Lee Station is 4 miles.
Yeah, and they'll have to get on the back roads too, though, because you got Wesley's Chapel and a few others in there. Yeah, so it'll be an interesting ride. I'm sure it's worth it. And another big event, Papa, is the Fall Festival, of course.
That's not too far away.
It's not. It's getting closer and closer. It's actually Saturday, October the 1st, from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Would that be 2 weeks from today?
Yeah, or tomorrow one. Yeah.
I mean tomorrow.
I guess so. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the 17th.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
24th and the 1st.
Yeah, it is. So 2 weeks away, folks. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is a really big event. It's the Fall Festival. Okay, we have this every year at the beginning of October. There's always a really good crowd for this event, folks. There'll be a lot of vendors set up, a lot of activities going on, live music all day long, vintage cars and trucks, tons of door prizes, new and improved kids zone, a kids train, kids puppet show, cornhole tournament, 3-on-3 basketball tournament. That's a new one that they're doing, and much more, it says. And then an awesome DJ to wrap up the event. I still don't really get what that means, but cool. It'll be an awesome DJ to wrap up the event. I guess we'll just be surprised by that. I've not heard who it is. And the vendors, you got artisans, demonstrations by artisans, home decor, fashion jewelry organizations. So a lot going on at the Fall Festival, and it's a great event, like I said, that we have every year. It's going to be this year 2 weeks from tomorrow, folks, October the 1st. It's on a Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. right here in historic downtown Pikeville.
In historic downtown Pikeville.
I
But
like
you know,
that.
I have a question about all the proceedings that's going to take place at the festival.
Mhm.
Why in the world did someone call that game cornhole?
I don't know. It's a weird name, isn't it?
Well, I know they're tossing a bag, but it could be a bag of beans.
It don't have,
pebbles.
the name don't make sense really to the game. I agree with you there. It's a fun game. It has a stupid name, but it is a fun game. I like the game.
I think I have participated one time.
You have, I believe you have. It's pretty fun.
But you've got to put that little bag in that little hole.
It's not the easiest game in the world, that's for sure.
Well, I think it's easier than golf.
Probably so.
That little hole that you put that golf ball in is smaller.
Yeah, golf is hard, I think.
I've got some things I want to share with the people. I'm sure this will not affect very many people, but in 1953, we had a class that graduated from Bledsoe County High School.
Your class reunion.
I happened to be in that class, 1953.
I knew you'd been working on that a little bit lately.
Well, the women that got involved in wanting to have it included me because I think I was local and I was available.
We know people.
Anyway, they put my name on some of the correspondence they sent out, but we set a date. It will be next Saturday, September the 24th.
Cool.
And it's going to be at the old grammar school building, the old lunchroom of the grammar school building. It's not the grammar school now, it's the municipal building.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where we're going to have it. And we meet at 11 o'clock. We will dine at 12. And I have been in correspondence with some of the people that I remember that went there to school with me. And one of them said, well, Albert, I'm on a cane. I said, join the party. I'm on a cane too. Another one I talked to said, Albert, I'm on a walker.
Yeah.
But she said she might come. Another one told me she's in a wheelchair.
Right, that might.
But she's coming.
Good.
So
I know one was distance too, wasn't it?
I had one lady call me. Wilma Smith was her name when she was in school. She's Wilma Holt now. She lives in Newbern, North Carolina.
That's the one. Yeah.
She said, Albert, that's 600 miles away. I would love to be there. but I'm
Yeah.
dependent on one of my children to drive me 600 miles.
Yeah, so she can't guarantee it, I guess.
But at
'Cause she has to ask them.
at the last count I had, we're going to have around 16 to 20 people there.
Oh, that's good.
Because every classmate that comes, if their mate is dead, like my mate is dead, of course I'm not going to.
Well, they're going to add to the crowd, though. Yeah.
The people that have to get someone to drive them, they got to have somebody to drive them.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
we're going to have probably
It's going to be more than that. Yeah.
15 or 20. But anyway, this is we've been out of school for 69 years.
And you've just been working on this for what?
About a month.
Do you realize how much you'll have accomplished in a month? That's not bad at all.
We had 125 freshmen that started out in 1949.
Mm-hmm.
In 1953, when we graduated, we had 78. We know we have the names of 46 that died that we know about.
Yeah,
That
you
just-
want to be able to say those names, yeah, recognition.
But that just leaves 32 people that's still alive that we
that
we don't know.
of,
We don't know
yeah.
that all of them are alive. So really,
I'd say a lot of them are, but you just can't track them down, can you?
it's up for grabs. We don't know how many will be there, but I think we're going to plan on 20.
I would say, I was going to say between 20 and 30.
The beauty of this is the meal's going to be free.
There you go. There
So
you go.
You can't beat free.
No, you can't. It's hard to beat that, isn't it?
All right. Also, in 1971, we had a class to graduate. They're going to have a reunion.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
And it's going to be at the venue, and it's going to be next Saturday. No, it's going to be tomorrow. 17th is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is the class of 1970. No, 70. Well, 75 is going to have one tomorrow, and 71 is going to have one tomorrow.
Wow.
Both of
cool.
us having a reunion. And
hopefully at different places, or maybe the same place.
In 75, they're going to meet at the venue.
Okay.
And in 71, they're going to meet at the municipal building in the old grammar school.
Okay, like
lunchroom.
you're doing. Yeah.
And First Southern Baptist Church has an opportunity for people that want to get involved in martial arts. We, on Friday of every week, we have a family ministry center, and we have some instructors that teach martial arts.
That's good.
And we even have a low impact group that meets, and they're just doing exercises.
Okay.
Low impact. But it begins at 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's graduated as the age goes up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, it's something that is available to all the people of Bledsoe County. Also, this Sunday, there's going to be a homecoming out at West End Church of God.
Okay.
And they're inviting everyone to participate in.
That's next Sunday.
That is this Sunday.
For this Sunday, oh, okay, my bad.
The
That's going to
18th,
be on the
September the
18th. Okay.
All right, we want people to come to that.
Yeah.
Also,
Bargain basement.
The bargain basement is open today.
And Saturday, I'm assuming.
No, it's open tomorrow, I guess. Saturday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And this is to support the mission effort of Pikeville United Methodist Church.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, they'll have the bargain basement open from 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And for $1, you can get a small bag of whatever they throw together in that bag. For $5, you get a bag of kitchen items. Maybe that might be forks and spoons, or I doubt if they give you knives in that bag. But they have all kinds of clothing that you may select from, and anything wearable is included in that clothing.
Yeah.
Also, the Mount Crest Fire Hall tomorrow morning is having a breakfast, a country breakfast they call it. And by the way, Shirley Simmons told me to tell you they do serve orange juice.
I knew they did. I knew it. Because she's told me that before.
Well, I said, we're saying that. I said, I wrote it down.
It's never on the paper, but we always remember it somehow.
Well, I just knew I'd been out there.
Yeah, I knew they had it.
All right, you may eat
Thank you,
there with
Shirley.
them tomorrow morning at beginning at 6 o'clock, and you pay $8 to get to dine with them. And this is the menu they will serve you: bacon and sausage, biscuits and gravy, eggs and hash browns, and then they will have butter to go with a butter biscuit for their homemade jelly.
Homemade jelly.
And also they want you to drink coffee or milk or orange juice. That's all I have in my...
Well, we had plenty, let me tell you.
I think we did a good job.
I do too. I do too.
That's all of the announcements.
Okay, well, it is trivia time.
I'm running mighty low on trivia questions.
Oh, I just hate
at
that.
one time I had about 10 or 12 weeks out in the future, but I think now I'm down to about 2 weeks, so I've got to come up with some more trivia questions.
Yeah, hopefully a little easier.
Used to, when I started this, it was 2015. I think I had more time to sit down and write questions back then.
Probably so.
I have never been as busy as I am right now, and so it's hard for me to sit down and come up with questions.
That's true. And when he does sit down, he falls asleep because you're so tired.
Yeah, y'all don't need to know about that.
Let's see what you got for this week.
Trivia question. If you go out to eat, what is the main course called?
Okay, let's see. I know there's an appetizer and then there's dessert.
Main course is called
Entree?
Entree.
Thank you.
I don't know where that came up.
That's my lifeline.
Where did that come from? Entree. I do not know.
Oh, like the word?
Yeah, where did that?
I do not know.
Entree. Okay, if you're a yodeler and you're in the Swiss Alps,
gosh. Okay.
What is the response you get back from your yodel?
Well, since I'm so big into yodeling and all, let me share my expertise.
But I said you're in the Swiss Alps.
Adio? Echo?
Echo.
Oh, that lifeline coming through again.
You're waiting on that echo to come back to you.
Oh, that's right.
Now, if you're out on the highway and you see a car that's made in Korea, what 3 letters will be on that car? Made in Korea.
Well, I don't know because I don't see many of them that I know of.
You just you surely have seen one. You just don't remember. It starts with a K.
Kia? Boy, I like my lifeline, I tell you. Comes in handy. Kia. I'm so smart today.
That's the only that's the only automobile made in Korea that, as far as I know.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know there was one made in Korea.
Japan is well known for the
cars
they
that's
put on
who
the
I
road.
think of really is Japan, not Korea.
Now, Elmer makes a product. What is the product that Elmer makes?
Elmer.
It's in a little bottle. White.
Oh my gosh. I hope my lifeline knows that one too. You have made them very difficult today.
Elmer makes one product.
Glue. Yes. That lifeline is on it today. I tell you.
But
thank God.
This is not one of my trivia questions, but do you know what is the strongest glue that's made?
I do not.
Gorilla glue.
Oh, well.
Gorilla.
Powerful name, I guess. So.
Okay, in the story about the 7 dwarfs, one of them wore glasses. What was his name?
Oh my gosh.
One of the 7 dwarfs had spectacles on. What was his name? 3 letters.
Doc. Yes. I thought that's what I thought that's what she said.
I think I'm interviewing the wrong person.
They're hard this week. Dang.
They're not
If
hard.
my lifeline was not here, folks, I would not have any of these right. I can tell you. Well, maybe. No, not really, no. Maybe 1 or 2, maybe.
Surely you've heard this one. Rome was not built in a
day. Yeah, I have heard that. That is true.
I wonder how long it took them to build it.
I would think years.
You know, they say that the same thing that brought about Rome's downfall will bring about our downfall.
Oh, well, I mean, I can see that. Greed.
Well,
Greed is a big problem.
You will not be conquered. You will fall from within.
Yeah.
We'll destroy ourselves.
Oh, yeah. And I think our country's doing well at that.
Yeah,
we're doing a good job of that.
Now, you should get this one. I want the first name of Malden, Malone, and Marx.
Carl.
You got that with Malden, didn't you? Carl Malden?
Yeah, and Malone, too, the mailman.
Carl, okay.
He was a great basketball player.
He was great. He
really was.
The mailman, I forgot that's what he was called.
Yeah, and John Stockton,
they played together, didn't they?
Yeah, they were a great duo. They really
were a great team.
They were.
They were a team within the team.
They were the go-to. They were the glue of that team.
They were the franchise.
They really were.
I've got one more.
All right.
This begins a very famous speech. We, comma, blank people.
We the people?
We the people.
Yes.
Of the United States of America.
Don't forget that. Don't forget that this country is we the people. And we the people, I'm glad to see we the people fighting back. I really am. These crooked people, and that's putting it nicely, they are being exposed more and more each day. And it's about time, is all I can say.
Some of my jokes will touch on that today.
Good.
That's all I have for trivia.
All right, well, we'll take a break, and after the break, we'll be back for some sports of all sorts.
I have a lot of sports.
Yeah. And
I did not think I would be able to continue the sports department of our program.
There's always something.
Well, because of the lack of a newspaper to read. Because I read that newspaper every day, religiously. Because since 2015, I've been writing down sports activities that I read out of the paper.
True.
Now, effective the 16th day of May, there's no.
Well, you're not even getting but you should be getting the Sunday paper. I can't figure that mystery out.
I told you they want to charge me as much for the Sunday papers as they did for all the week.
Oh, greed. What do you know?
And Albert
goes back to greed.
Albert said no.
I don't blame you. Awful lot of price gouging going on right now.
But I'm more information is available to me over television than I can ever write down.
True. The ESPN, you can get all the info on ESPN.
Paul Feinbaum.
And the SEC network.
If I just kept my television on Paul Feinbaum show, I would have enough just out of that.
Probably so. It'd be a lot of SEC related, but he does cover everything, though, really.
And he asks some probing questions of the people that call in, and the people that call in respond to some of the questions that they see on television there, and some of those I will touch on today.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, that's all coming up next, right after the break, so stick around, folks.
Don't leave.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. You're listening to us on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. You're watching us on, and you're watching us on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Don't forget to get on there and subscribe, folks. You can chat. You can watch all the episodes of all the BTC Fiber original shows. So get on there and check them out. All right, we want to thank our sponsors really fast. I'll have to be a little faster this time, so I'm just going to say the names. But a big thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, right here in downtown Pikeville, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance, thank you, Matt Massengale, Nicaro Antiques, literally our next door neighbor. If you haven't checked it out, folks, you need to. It's got everything.
And your lifeline today.
Yes, she literally was my lifeline on all the trivia, on all of it. Morgan Brothers, of course, also the Bankwalker Brewery and the venue. State Farm Insurance, thank you, Nick Smith. Milldown Outdoor Adventures, thank you, Timmy and Michelle. It's Lola's right here on Main Street, and she's back in action big time, getting ready for the second annual Light Up Christmas event that they premiered last year, and it was a huge success. So it's won't be long till it's time for that.
No.
Also, Collier and Company Realty, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Cindy Nipper. Dexter's Barbershop, The Butter Dish, Lee Station Baptist Church, Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts. It's a mouthful. Hilltop Meats, which is right by It's Lola's, right here on Main Street, hop skipping away from us. And Seashore Getaway. Go see or call Adriana for all your travel needs. Instead of having that worry yourself, let a travel agent do it for you. That's always been my motto.
Before we get back next week to do our program, it will be fall.
Well, I hope it feels that way.
I don't know how
That's
it's going
the
to
tricky
feel. I don't know
thing.
how it's going to feel, but
I know.
But September the 22nd is the first day of autumn.
Is it? Okay.
First day of autumn.
Hopefully it will feel like fall.
We
September
identify
22nd.
more with the word fall than we do with the word autumn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know
why, but it's just, people say it that way more for some reason.
It's spring, summer, fall, and winter in my vocabulary.
And spring and not spring, winter and summer last way too long. And fall and spring, it's like 5 minutes and it's over.
Well, you know why those last so long?
No,
They're extremes.
they are. You got that right.
You got extreme cold and extreme hot. So
Yeah.
it feels longer to you to get over it.
It does. It doesn't feel very good outside.
It's just psychological, because calendar-wise they're the same.
Yeah. It does seem that way though. It seems like when it feels good outside, it just don't last very long.
We're creatures of habit. We like to have the spring. We like to have the fall.
I would be fine with that all year long, spring and fall.
Why don't you make a recommendation to God to allow you to
I'm going to do that.
to control the weather?
I'm going to recommend that.
I bet you a lot of people would go along with your thought processing.
Yeah, spring and fall it feels the
Yeah.
best. I mean, for sure. That's no contest.
I can remember back in the mid-50s when we lived up on the side of the mountain about 3 miles, Highway 30 West. There were, when it would snow, there would be days that I could not get to work other than hitchhiking a ride down the mountain on a coal truck. Coal trucks could go. When I got ready to come home that night, about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, RD would take me to the Veterans Hall building.
And you walked up
and
the mountain,
I walked the rest of the way up that mountainside, stomping through the snow.
I remember
and
this
carrying
story
groceries.
well. Yeah.
And that wintertime right back then,
rough.
It got a hold of me.
I'm sure. Having to walk in it, I'm pretty sure it would.
I can remember having pictures made of Vicky when she was a baby. The snow would be as deep as she was tall.
Yeah, I think it used to snow more.
I think it did too. I think it did too.
Well, let's talk some sports, Papa.
Sports of all sorts. Tennessee last Saturday took on Pittsburgh in the Johnny Majors Classic.
What a game!
In Pittsburgh.
What a game, Papa.
We won the first half. We won the first half by scoring
Easily,
scoring 24 points.
We about let them back in it though. We really did.
In the second half, regulation, we only scored 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
They scored 10.
They made the adjustments.
So at the half, at the end of the game, regulation time, it was tied up 27-27.
Yep.
In overtime, we scored 7 points, giving us 34, and we helped them scoreless. Our defense defended.
Yeah, our offense went MIA in the second half.
They did in the second half.
I'm sure Pittsburgh definitely made adjustments, but Tennessee's offense struggled too. It wasn't just their adjustments. The offense just didn't look as good.
Pittsburgh was ranked number 17.
Yeah, they're no joke.
But we were ranked number 24.
Mm-hmm.
We pulled up in the polls. Tennessee is.
I figured it'd boost us up because it was at their place and their
Pittsburgh fell. They fell from number 17 down to number 23.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee pulled up. I think they're number 15.
There you go. Go Big Orange. That's more.
But
like
anyway, Tennessee won the game 34-27.
Important win, I think.
I would think if we can average 34 points, we win some games.
That Tennessee's going to win some games. But I'm to the point, I just wish they'd beat Florida or Alabama. Please, beat one of them.
I told you last week I want us to be, psychologically I would rather win over Florida than Alabama. I don't know why.
I think 'cause it's more doable. I think with me, I know it's probably the easier challenge. It's not an easy challenge by no stretch of the imagination, but it's probably a more winnable game.
Well, I'd say that's right. Our opponent tomorrow is Akron.
Yeah, we should blow them off the field.
And the game will be at 6 o'clock our time. 6 o'clock.
Dang it. Producer, can you look up who we play tonight?
I don't know who we play.
I know. I'm going to have the producer do it for us there. Because Bledsoe County does play tonight, but I want to make sure I say the right team. And I know you can listen to it live here on WUAT, but...
Yes, whoever we play.
Bledsoe against what's their names?
I don't think we play Lee Station.
I don't think we do either. Or Brockdale.
No.
But yeah, that was an important win. I'm telling you, it was.
It did pull us up from number 24 to number 15.
Mm-hmm.
We're number 15.
And just a few seasons ago, that's a game that Tennessee would not have been able to win. They wouldn't have pulled it out. Under Jeremy Pruitt, they'd have lost somehow, some way.
I think, by and large, that's the census of Tennessee fans. They feel confident that when we set foot on that field that we're competitive.
Absolutely. Ooh, is it there? Is it at Marion County? I believe it is. I don't know though.
I think it's home.
Okay, home game. It's here in Pineville. Big game though, Marion County.
Marion County.
So Bledsoe County, who's coming off some. They got a big win over Meigs County.
We're 2-1 now, aren't we?
Yeah. I think we're having a good year. The loss was just by a very few points to a really good team. It is at Marion. Okay, so it is at Jasper. And Marion County is a state powerhouse. So it'd be nice to get that upset. But you can listen, folks, tonight, 7 o'clock. If you don't make the trip to Jasper, listen to Mike and Bradley.
All right.
It's entertaining, Papa, I'll tell you that.
Texas A&M, they were ranked number 6.
What is their deal?
And they played Appalachian State.
They played like a high school team. They played terrible.
I can't believe that they lost 17-14.
I can't either. I could not believe that. I saw some of that game.
Sickening.
It was a very ugly game. Congrats to Appy State, no doubt. That's a huge win for that program.
Well, we've now, Texas A&M has now slipped from way down the poll. They're number 24. Ranked. They're still in the top 25.
Barely clinging.
But they dropped all the way from number 6.
Yeah, that's because that's such a ridiculous loss.
You don't lose to Appalachian State.
No. Not if you're a SEC powerhouse.
Arkansas, they were ranked number 10, and they were 14 points better than South Carolina, 44-30. But their defense gave up 30 points to South Carolina.
Their defense is not good. They make up for that offense.
I say Arkansas is going to get beat.
I think they will. They have a great offense, but you got to have defense too sometimes.
Vanderbilt was battered by Wake Forest, 45-25.
That's a good word for it.
Vandy's already won 2 games, though.
Yeah, I know. We might, and it might be all they win, to be honest with you, but that's more than they have some seasons.
Well, they've been averaging about 55 points a game, and now they just scored 25, but still,
They don't have no
they were playing
defense.
Wake Forest, not Hawaii.
Yeah, Wake Forest is no joke this year.
They're no
Usually
joke.
they're not very good in football, but they are this year. They are.
All right. Kentucky took it to Florida.
I know. So if they can do it, so can we.
They won 26-16, and Kentucky is number 20.
Yeah, I mean, they're no slouch either.
Alabama was number 1, but when they played Texas and only won by 1 point, they were relegated to number 2.
Yeah.
Guess who's number 1?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And I don't think Georgia's going to relinquish that number 1 spot very handily.
No, they're going to be very hard to beat. I know they lost some players from last year's national championship team, but looks like they filled the gaps quite well.
How long has it been since you remember Alabama winning by 1 point?
I don't know. I mean, usually if it would be a loss because most of their wins are blowouts.
Guess who Alabama plays tomorrow?
Who?
University of Louisiana at Monroe.
Well, that won't be no 1 point win.
Listen. 20 years ago, they beat Alabama
You're kidding me.
in 2002.
Who was the coach then? Shula?
I don't know who the coach was, but UL at Monroe defeated Alabama 20 years ago tomorrow.
Well, that should never happen. But it's kind of funny.
Bob Stoops, by winning that game at Florida, became the winningest coach in the history at
Kentucky football.
And
Which
Bear Bryant,
Kentucky's not
Bear
known
Bryant
for their history.
was once the coach at
That's where he
Kentucky.
started, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just imagine if he'd stayed at Kentucky. They would be a football powerhouse probably instead of a basketball powerhouse.
Okay. Ole Miss is number 20. So I don't know.
How did they do?
I don't know where Kentucky, after they won a game, I don't know where they are.
They moved up, I can guarantee you that. But how did Ole Miss do?
I don't know. I don't have down a game.
They may not have played.
But Mississippi State and LSU
won, didn't they?
LSU's quarterback got 313 yards and 4 TDs.
Dang.
Or Mississippi State. No, LSU. They were unranked.
I know, it's just crazy. LSU unranked. I think they'll be ranked for long.
Nebraska fired their coach, Scott Frost. He's gone.
Oh, wow. Well,
but this early in the season, I mean, you're not going to wait. You're not going to give him time. You're not going to give him any slack. You're gone.
That's the problem. They have no patience. But Nebraska is not the Nebraska it used to be, though.
No.
Remember when they were a powerhouse under Tom Osborne?
Yes.
Legendary coach there.
One thing about Josh Heupel's team, Hooker got Offensive Player of the Week in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a long time ago that a Tennessee player got recognition like that.
I'm sure, yeah. It's been a while.
But I don't hear any voices clamoring for Hooker to be the Heisman Trophy winner.
Well, no, not yet anyway.
Not yet.
A few more games like that, though, that might change.
But the SEC has 4 teams out of the 14 in the top 10. 4 out of the top. That's amazing. That's tremendous. 4 out of the top. We've got 8 in the top 25.
That's insane.
That's over half our teams.
Way more than half. That's how tough the SEC is, folks.
In the Paul Feinbaum show.
Good old Paul.
It said the
Paul
dogs.
said it'd be like this.
It said the dogs are barking. Georgia got back number 1.
Oh, yeah.
The dogs are barking.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Georgia did. I mean, they have filled the gaps somehow. I mean, they did lose some key players, but apparently they had some players ready to take their place, Papa.
Notre Dame is already missing Brian Kelly, and LSU don't want him.
I know.
What did we learn?
What happened to LSU this week? Did they lose?
They must have lost. Mississippi State.
Okay, so they played each other. That's
They played
right.
each other.
That must have been a very high-scoring game.
Well, yeah, their quarterback got 313 yards passing.
4 touchdowns. Like that's
And 4
not
touchdowns.
stats from a losing quarterback, but I guess they must not have played no defense.
And according to the Paul Feinbaum show, they said that Texas A&M might be looking for a new coach.
I'd say so after that embarrassing loss to Appalachian State.
One thing that we learned from week 2, anybody can be beat.
Yeah, you got that right. A mid-major can even beat a powerhouse from the SEC.
Appalachian State.
Now, Appy State, granted, is a very good team, but they're a mid-major.
They're
never
not
happened.
to be equated with SEC.
No.
On the Paul Feinbaum show, they said, what are some predictions that you made that you'd like to take back? One guy wrote in, he said, I'd like to take back that I predicted Vanderbilt would be 1-11. They've already won 2.
See, they've already won more games than they're used to.
And
they got the 2-0 start.
And one guy wrote back in and said, I said that Appalachian State would get beat, and they won.
I know. I mean, who would have picked them to beat Texas A&M? Was it at Texas A&M? I believe it was. Papa, I'm pretty sure it was. That's even worse.
Last Friday night at Bledsoe County, we had homecoming.
Yep.
And it was an exciting game. We scored 44 points.
Mm-hmm.
But the most exciting part of the game
was halftime.
When Sailor was crowned homecoming queen.
It was.
It made the front page of the local paper. Matt Lockhart is bending over and looking at his daughter, and she's screaming and yelling. And that made the front page of the paper. That was the most exciting part of the game.
It really was, and credits and kudos to them. That was a good pick for homecoming queen. So I'm glad
when I was a substitute teacher, I got to work with those
She's
children.
the sweetest kid,
and she is one of the sweetest kids I've ever met.
And that's why it was so good to see. I mean, her reaction was so natural and just. Like she was so excited. She jumped in his arms, Papa. I mean, it was good to see. It was.
Well, that's all I have in sports.
Well, that's a good way to end sports on that note. I thought
that was beautiful. I thought that was beautiful.
It really was. It was.
Aren't you ready for
All right,
Albertology?
it's time for Albertology.
Did you know?
Probably not.
That the cost to get in Dollywood is $51.
Say what now? It costs $51 just to go to Dollywood now?
To buy a ticket.
Well, I'd say goodbye, Dolly. I love you and all, but ain't doing that.
That gives you an idea of where our economy is.
And it gives you an idea of a lot of price gouging going on. A lot of that's going on.
But it's probably competitive with other things.
It is.
Other venues.
Well, yeah, because the economy's terrible.
Did you know that in 1947... the Dodgers brought up a black man by the name of Jackie Robinson?
Yes, because he's a big hero of yours, and yeah, we talked about it.
All right. That year, in 1947, the Dodgers won the National League pennant. They got into the World Series. Their opponent was the New York Yankees. It went 7 games, but the Yankees won in the 7th game.
Well, that's as good as it gets, so 7 games.
Did you know that when those Dodgers in 1947 won the pennant, that the most popular man in the United States was Jackie Robinson? Guess who was second? Bing Crosby.
Oh, okay.
That was in his heyday too.
Okay. Well,
Bing Crosby probably topped out in the early 60s.
He was later known to be a very stern disciplinarian.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who would have thunk it?
1 week ago today was National Suicide Prevention Day.
Dang. Getting deep.
Each year, there are 800,000 people that commit suicide.
Gosh.
Can you believe that many people are not at themselves to the point that they take their own lives?
No, not that many people. That's very sad.
800,000 people.
Some of that probably mental illness probably plays a role.
You
in some
better
of
believe it.
Yeah.
And this week I read, I didn't read. I heard on television that there is a movement underway to stop those people from being able to buy guns on a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Because that way they can't trace as readily as they could.
Mm-hmm.
So they found out that most all those men that commit those mass murders, they buy a gun on a credit card. If they've got to pay cash, they can't pay cash.
Oh, okay.
Most of them don't have the money.
Well, that's true, and that's a more sensible way to stop it instead of some of their other options.
Ken Starr was the main investigator when Bill Clinton was going through his problems with Monica Lewinsky.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing our president of the United States say, "I did not have sexual relations with that girl."
Even though I did.
Monica Lewinsky.
He made her famous.
Monica Lewinsky.
I'm pretty sure
But Ken Starr,
he owned up to it later.
Ken Starr was 76 years old and he died.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I did know that he's the one that brought all that to light.
But there was a lot of controversy surrounding Ken.
Yeah. There was.
Let me point out last Thursday the reigning monarch of Great Britain died.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II.
Mm-hmm. 96.
Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, became the king.
Yeah.
He's the reigning monarch now of Great Britain.
They say he's got a temper. So it'll be an interesting change, won't it?
It will be an interesting change. She's been...
I don't think he's as nice.
I think she's one of the most well-respected people in the world. The line waiting to get to pay their respects at Westminster
I'm sure
Hall,
it was very long.
It's miles and miles long. It takes 14 hours for the people to get through that line to get up there and pay their respects.
Good Lord. I don't want to pay my respects that bad.
During her reign, her most famous prime minister was Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was noted for his hat and for his cigar. And back during World War II, he and FDR and France's prime minister, they were the big three. Mm-hmm. They were the ones that told Germany what to do after the war was over.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They told Germany what to do and how they would rebuild all the damage they had done during those 4 years of World War II, 1941 to 1945. That's all I have in Albertology.
Well, tell some jokes then. You better have some jokes.
Former
you can't depend on that depressing, though. We can't end on that.
Former President Trump said, "It's better to live one day as a lion than 100 days as a sheep."
I agree.
All right.
I do.
This man said, "Don't say that. Say instead, the lion shall lay down with the calf." That's biblical. But that calf won't get much sleep.
It sure will not.
Now listen, this joke is about Muhammad Ali. He went on board a plane one day, and the flight attendant is walking around checking everybody, and she notices he does not have on his seatbelt. And she says, "Mr. Ali, please button your belt." He said, "Superman don't need no belt." She said, "Superman don't need a plane either."
Exactly. Who told him about the flight attendant? Is that right? That's pretty good.
About Winston Churchill. Lady Astor said to Winston one time, and I told you he was a well-known statesman, but Lady Astor said to him one time, "Winston, if I were your wife, I'd put poison in your coffee."
Dang.
Winston said, if you were my wife, I'd drink it."
She must be hot to be willing to do that.
This is Albert. All the things I like to do are either immoral, illegal, or fattening.
Boy, that's the truth. It's like you can't have no fun at all.
Now this is not Albert Roberts. Part of the $10 million I spent was on gambling, on horses, and on women, but the rest of it I spent foolishly.
And
The
that
rest
was
of
spent
it-
so wisely there, wasn't it?
Charles Barkley said, I was going to sue for what they said about me, and I was going to sue them for defamation of character. But I realized I don't have any character. Charles Barkley.
I can see him saying that too.
Now here's the point.
He's a character, all right.
A dog teaches a boy fidelity, perseverance, and teaches him to turn around 3 times before he lays down.
They all do that, don't they? All of them.
A cat. Cats are smarter than dogs. You'll never see 8 cats pulling a sled through the snow.
That's
They're smarter than dogs.
That is true.
Now, I said I would talk about the political parties.
You said you would?
You just didn't remember that, but I said
Oh, at the beginning, yeah, I remember that.
Democrats versus Republicans. This is the point. The Democrats are the party that says government will make you smarter, make you taller, make you richer. Remove the crabgrass on your lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Counterpoint, the Republicans. The Republicans are the party that says government doesn't work, and then they get elected to prove it.
That seems to be true.
You remember Sonny and Cher?
Mm-hmm.
Cher said this: the trouble with some women is they get all excited about nothing and then marry him.
Ooh, dang, what a burn. Cher said that.
Cher could do
She
that.
is cold sometimes, boy. There's a movie about them.
Here's the point. Here's the point. An optimist says when they jump off the Empire State Building and they've gone down 50 floors, they say, so far so good. Now Dolly Parton, this is the last one. Dolly Parton said this:
What did Dolly say?
I'm not offended by dumb blonde jokes. Number
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, there's so
I'm
many
not
of them.
dumb.
No, she's not. She's not.
And number two, I also know I'm not a blonde.
Oh. Good point. I forgot about that. She wears a lot of wigs, don't she?
She wears a lot of wigs. But you know
what
what?
color is her hair?
Dolly
man?
Parton's been around for a good little while. Carolyn and I,
I know, she looks the same.
went to her high school where she went to school one time, and she took a picture of me out in front of her high school.
Oh, really?
I've got
Now, Dolly did a lot. She still does a lot for the Smoky Mountains where she's from.
I just wish Dolly was from Pikeville.
I do too, because I'll tell you, she's really helped that.
She
Place
is
out
conscious
tremendously.
of her upbringing.
She is, and she never forgets where she come from.
That
I
coat,
like
that song she sang, the coat of
Mhm.
many colors. You know, the coat of many colors. We came across this the other day in Sunday school. Showing favoritism to your children. James said, "Don't show." God's not partial, so we shouldn't be either. But
Mm-mm.
Isaac had Jacob and Esau.
Mhm.
He favored Esau. She favored Jacob.
Yeah,
They showed favoritism.
I know.
And when Jacob comes along and has 12 sons,
Good
Jacob
Lord.
picks out one son and he makes a coat of many colors for him. He gives him a special coat. And the 11 brothers,
Mm-hmm.
you
Oh,
think they
that's
liked
messed
it?
up.
You
Of
think
course
they liked
not.
it?
No.
No.
Well, that was messed up to do. You don't do
Favoritism.
that. You don't. Even if you have a favorite, you don't say it. You don't show it like that. That's not right.
I think this is pure Albertology, and you listen to me, folks. I'm telling the truth. I believe that the reason favoritism is detected by someone is because that one child in the family needs more love, needs more attention.
Sometimes that's true.
It's not that you favor them more than the other children. You have to give them more because they need more.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good counterpoint to that.
I think that's
I think you're right on.
One of the reasons that favoritism is in the world today is because it has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it does.
That's just pure Albertology. I didn't get that.
I think you might be onto something there, Papa. Good. That's good Albertology. Well, that is it for today. Still on the roll with the jokes. Still on the roll. I like it. I don't even know how many months now on the road.
Some of those were pretty good.
Yeah, they've been good here lately, I'll tell you. Well, thanks for watching today, folks. Don't forget, folks, listen on the radio. You can listen tonight live 7 o'clock. Mike and Bradley will have the call from Jasper,
Tennessee.
It'll be Warriors against Warriors. Bledsoe County against Marion County. Battle of the Warriors. I hope we come on top, but you have to tune in and find out.
We'll see who we can go toe-to-toe with.
Absolutely. I mean, Marion County is, like I said, they're a state powerhouse and have been for a very long time. Very long time. But that is tonight, 7 o'clock is kickoff, so tune in, folks. And once again, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you guys next time for an all-new episode of the Albert and Billy Show. Until then, so long, folks, and have a great
See you later. Thank you, Brody.
Yeah, thank you, Brody. Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.